Masato Shiono in the picture, in the yellow shirt, ladies and gentlemen. This man, he beat the top-seeded Chuang Chi-wan from Chinese Taipei with 4-2 in the round of 64. Beat Japanese star Kenta Matsudera 4-3 in the round of 32, and he's now facing this talented young player here, 18 years old, ranked 19 in the world, Koki NIWA, reigning Japanese national champion, not to forget. Masato Shiono is 27 years old. Much more experienced, therefore, than Koki NIWA. World rank of 188. Has really shown all the critics and all the fans that this is not very indicative of his performance in this tournament here. As I've said, beaten Chuang Chi-wan, the fourth of the Olympics. Beaten Kenta Matsudera. Can he beat Koki NIWA as well? You can already see where this game is going. Shiono is a defensive player, using a long pimples rubber on the backhand side. Is the red side of the racket. Used to turn around the spin he gets. Tries to chop the top spins back to the table.
2-1.
Koki NIWA has to find a solution to that now. As is customary, two people of the same nationality face off against each other. There's no coach present, and that most of the time is not a good thing for the younger player, as Koki NIWA pretty much has to fend off on his own at the court here. There's no one helping him to find solutions against the defense of Shiono.
4. 3, 4. 4, all. 5.
Fantastic, incredible performance. Both of these players, Koki NIWA feeling quite relaxed here in letting Shiono attack himself. That is something that every modern defensive player has to be able to do, is attack when he's given the opportunity. Cannot rely on just chopping, although it was successful here. Look at the backspin on the serve and on these chops especially.
6, 5. 6, all. 5.
9-7. First game. Pretty well administered from Koki NIWA. It's not implying that much topspin onto his shots. Makes it difficult to chop back. There's not much spin on the chop. Still enough, though, that Koki NIWA has to work hard for each shot. But he's deliberately slowing things down at the moment. Ten to 8. Still 2 game points remaining for NIWA. Great serve.
9-10.
As really feels uncomfortable for the attacking player. And he's equalized. 10 points each. Game point,
11,
SHIONO.
10.
Who'd have thunk it?
All.
Once again, game point to NIWA. This time he takes it 13 to 11. Wins the first game. He's leading 1-0 in this best of 7.
Game number 2, SHIONO serves, 0-0.
Defensive player Masato SHIONO serving. Scoring with an attacking shot.
All.
And if you're wondering why Koki NIWA puts these topspins into the net, it is the chop of SHIONO has so much backspin that you literally have to lift it back over the net. And every time the chop comes back, it makes it more and more difficult as there's more and more backspin on it. And that is why you either have to play with very variable spin. That means alternating heavy and not so heavy top spins, but look for the point early on with a fast top spin or not attack at all. These are the 3 main avenues of attack against defense. And playing against a good defensive player who can adjust to whatever you're throwing at him. You need to switch back and forth between all these styles. And that is something you just have to learn with experience against defense. I'm not sure if this is something we can expect from an 18-year-old player.
6-2.
I'm sure we're in for quite a match.
5.
Playing against defensive chops can be physically exhausting after a time. Let's serve.
5, 9.
Game points now for Masato Shiono.
10, 6.
I've always liked this about Koki NIWA and probably always will. It looks so effortless, everything he does. It's like he's not affected at all, but he loses the second game, 11-7. Shiono equalizes. It's 1 game each.
Game number 3, NIWA serve, 0-0. One all.
This is something that can happen when playing against defense. If you feel whatever you tried in the first game is not working anymore, you feel a little more impatient, feel the need to score fast to avoid these exhausting long rallies. And that impatience is just the thing defensive players waiting for. 8-3, ladies and gentlemen. SHIONO about to lead 2-1. Is that really happening? You see that last backhand topspin from Koki was really, really well done. Incredible quality on that shot. There's so much spin, and that all just turns around and comes back as backspin. Ten to 3, 7 game points to Masato SHIONO. It goes to show you that the real creative players, the magicians, don't like to play against defense in general. There's not much to destroy. It just requires you to play topspin after topspin after topspin. That is something most of the really creative ones don't like to do. Too much of the same, really.
10-5.
Still 5 game points remain. And this one is used by the 27-year-old. Masato SHIONO wins 11-5. He's now leading against Koki by 2-1.
Game number 4, SHIONO serve, 0-0.
There's so much work involved in any points that Koki scores. It's just that spin really is his weapon of choice, Koki, and this is quite ineffective, if not useless, against SHIONO. And if you think back about the best players to play against defense, most of the time it is the really powerful players. Wang Lichin coming to mind from China, Yoo Seung-min from Korea. All these very fast forehand topspin shots. The faster the game, the more difficult it is for a defensive player to execute the chop. Plus the chop's not that effective if there's not much spin on the ball. Most of the geniuses, let's call them, we've seen over the past, Ma Lin, for example, never been so comfortable against defense.
1-6.
Because these are all players that define themselves by all the options, all the possibilities they have. And as I've said, against defense, you're pretty much reduced to playing topspin. Masato Shiono, he can attack as well. Going eye to eye with Koki NIWA on that. Look at the great fun topspin down the line. Now what NIWA could do is play a long serve with no spin and then go for the smash afterwards. But that only works a few times and only to surprise and throw Shiono off.
7-5.
Look at that slow motion coming up. That is exactly what I've been talking about. So-called dead serve or float serve. You can see the ball spinning, but there's not much spin on it. This can only be used as a variation, as something to make the opponent feel uncomfortable. It does not work all throughout a game.
6, 8.
And he's constantly in the lead, Masato Shiono. Beautiful rally. Better end once more for the defensive player from Japan. He has game points galore. Only one needed, 11-6. Final score of this game. Masato Shiono, he's now leading 3-1. Back in the action, back on the center court of the Yokohama Cultural Gymnasium. The Japan Open 2013, the men's singles quarterfinals match. Japan versus Japan, NIWA Koki versus Shiono Masato. Things have not been well for the talented 18-year-old Japanese national champion 2013. He has won the first game, but nothing else. This is really the work cut out for Koki NIWA. Needs to find a way to sink his teeth into it. Otherwise, it might be over pretty soon. Masato Shiono is scoring point after point. Look at the chop defense. Immediately stepping away from the table to give himself more time to react to the top spins. All his favorite aspects of the play, serve and receive, spin variations, timing variations, all that has been pretty much negated by playing against defense. See, the more spin he puts on the ball, the more it comes back. It's simple as that. Crucial point for SHIONO. To 6-4. He's been constantly in the lead over the last 3 games. That streak seems to continue into what might very well be the last game of this match. What a tournament for Masato SHIONO. Beat Chuang Chi-wan, beat Kenta Matsudera, and is about to beat Koki NIWA as well. What a boost that will give him in the world rankings. Ten to 4. I don't think there's much Koki NIWA can do at this point. 6 match points for SHIONO. And he's a player for sure to keep an eye on as a table tennis fan. Personally, I've never seen a game of him before this tournament. As I've said, he's beaten quite the high caliber players before. About to add one more name to that list. And he will be facing now something for the spectators to enjoy. But to no avail. It is indeed Masato SHIONO wins the 6th game 11-5. Beats Koki NIWA 4 games to 1. That is just incredible if you think about it. And he will be facing in the men's singles semi-finals tomorrow Chen Qianan from Chinese Taipei. Just beat Jun Mitsutani. Congratulations to Masato SHIONO. We see the confirmation of the score. 13-11, 11-7, 11-5, 11-6, 11-5. What a dominant performance by the defending player from Japan. Congratulations to him for reaching the semi-finals. This is the Japan Open 2013 in Yokohama. We've seen great action, great table tennis games, 12 matches today at the penultimate day of the competition. Tomorrow, we'll be showing you lots more games, all the semi-finals matches, and not to forget all the finals matches. Of course, 4 champions to be crowned. Who will it be? Tune in again tomorrow to find out.